This is Kevin, Gamer Tag Mangel, bringing you a game of Fumigation from Gotham City Imposters on Gotham Latent Power. I'm using a Nimble with the Desperado, targeting goggles, a pipe bomb, and a Witch Doctor secondary. And I'm going in fast forward right here, and throughout the beginning of this game it's going to go into fast forward when I'm not really doing anything. Generally it means healing or capping uncontested points. So here, the Desperado is clearly inferior to the Gatekeeper. It's just not as good, but it's not as bad as I remember it being from the first time I've used it, and it doesn't suffer as badly as I thought. But I don't know, it just really feels like there's no reason you'd rather use it than the Gatekeeper, and the only reason I'm using it really is I was tired of using the Gatekeeper because I'd used it for so long to get the community challenge, or the new camo for it, that I wanted to use something else, and I like they're going fast, so submachine guns are always my speed. But it's really not too bad. It's got 5 less damage per shot, but it does shoot a little bit faster. And one thing it feels like when I'm using the gun is when you're shooting it, if you're off target, it's a little bit harder to bring it on. But if you're on target, once you're hitting, it doesn't seem to fly away from where you're shooting as much with the recoil. So that could just be a perception thing, but it definitely feels that way. And I'm using the targeting goggles. I finally got like a new gadget unlock, and I wanted to try it out. And I'm not a huge fan of them just because they force you to stand still, and I don't really like doing that at all in this game. I did kind of get the hang of it later in this game where it's, if you're capturing points and not doing anything, sit on it, or when you're at a care package to heal are good times to use it. But I still prefer the other gadgets to let you move around faster is more the thing I want to do. Here's one thing that's been driving me nuts. It's just using the smaller guys. I lose a lot of these gunfights just because they've got more health. Even though I'm more on target, they're just able to survive longer. But I do get my revenge kill, which I've been using the paranoid psych profile lately, and it's really nice because I'm getting pretty solid at getting the revenge kills and not letting anybody become my nemesis, so I can rack up some pretty solid points with them. Yeah, and I was recording for a bit with the Desperado trying to get a good gameplay, and this is one of the not necessarily good gameplay. There's quite a few deaths, but we do win, and I score well, but there's some really good parts later on in some of my later lives where I just stay alive and use the gun well. And of course, as soon as I stopped recording, I had a really awesome game with the Desperado and managed to go 14-0 with the Nimble and just feel like a boss. Here I barely escaped getting sniped, and I'm going to lay an awesome pipe bomb trap for this guy. Just walked right over it. So good. So good. And that's a tactic I tried a couple other times in this game too, throwing the grenade down behind me when I know somebody's behind me. Here I get lucky because my teammate's sniping him, doesn't quite kill him, and I finish him off. But here I'm going to get less lucky. 3 health left on that guy after he killed me. Just one of those shots would have been a headshot. Would have been game over and I would have gotten him. Here I keep trying to throw grenades up onto 3, and I just can't hit the guy on there, or maybe that one they shot him in time, but it is kind of easy, not really easy to capture that point, but it does kind of help capturing that point. It's pretty hard to throw any kind of explosive up there to stop him. But I do manage to shoot him down, and thankfully my teammate's there to distract him because I did have to reload and use a whole nother magazine to finish him off. But this map can be kind of frustrating, especially in Fumigation and in Bounty Hunter. It's been frustrating me in different parts. In Fumigation, a lot of the problem comes over at, which really isn't a huge problem, but it's over at 2 with people using the rocket launchers, which is just rough, especially with the roller skates, because they'll hit those ramps and just fire down as they're flying over, which if you cap the point first, it kind of limits the effectiveness of that tactic, as they're not capable of really doing anything once they've killed you off of it, because your team can be still get back there in time to stop them from recapturing it, or usually you can respawn and get it there in time. But it can be really frustrating, especially if they're one of the bigger body types and you're actually hitting them for a little bit. They're fucking... That guy just sniped me in the head as I'm laying fucking waste to him with the Desperado, which is really frustrating. It happens in lots of video games, and I'm fucking shooting him. You shouldn't be able to snipe me in the head. I feel like that should be a thing you can never do. So here I miss a ton of bullets, but luckily my teammates hit him enough, and I get lucky enough to finish him off. And here's just... 2 is a little bit tricky to throw grenades onto, and I keep having trouble with it. Fucking... I did get hit by the bombardier, but that guy had the defender on, and doing like no damage with my bullets, so I was just like, fuck it, I'll knife him. Even though I knew that wouldn't do much damage either, but it was better than nothing. So I was playing a lot of Fumigation because that was one of the weekly challenges to get more XP. And there's nothing I love more than getting XP, so I can finally get like my first promotion at least. The other ones I'm not as worried about doing as fast, but I really want to get at least the first one in and hit triple digits with my level. Just because I like being able to prestige, or like in this game promote, and just keep filling bars. So I keep changing like my setups and stuff to do all those challenges, which is part of the reason I went with the Desperado, and also is just tired of using the Gatekeeper all the time. Here I do some nice flanking, and these guys are, at least this one guy's too stupid to realize I'm behind him. And here, weird like hit detection with moment as I run through him, or he ran through me, and fucking it seems to happen once in a while when us. Maybe it's just because I'm the smaller guy and they're the bigger guys, but when they run through me, I get like thrown up in the air, and then I have no clue what's going on. Here that guy luckily just barely misses me with the dive bomb, and one of my teammates shotgunned him, and I try that grenade behind me trick again, but didn't need to do it. Here I'm just being foiled by my targeting goggles as I'm not quite close enough, but I do kill that guy and help my teammates capture the point. It was a different kind of defense for them that I don't normally do. 'Cause normally I love getting on the point, which isn't very conductive to surviving when you're playing the smaller body types. So here I've finally got a good kill streak going. I got 5 kills. And I'm going to go defend 2 with a grenade, of course, because that's the best way to defend any point. Oh, just frustrating being able to shoot so many bullets at guys and just not be able to do anything. There's one thing that I've found that kind of makes the Witch Sector feel less powerful as I get killed by it, as the guy shoots it fucking behind him, who was kind of turned, is that, at least for me, it's easy to hit bullshit you don't want to hit, and it just deflects in a wild, crazy way, and then takes forever to reload. But here I've got my Rampage on, which I always use Kill Crazy, because I come from Call of Duty, and to me it always feels like the point of my kill streak should be to get more kills easily. And Kill Crazy doesn't really do that for me all the time. It helps, certainly, like you just saw as I got 3 kills with it there, thankfully. But they're my suicide bomber attempt. But a lot of the time, it seems like as soon as I activate the Rampage, it's a guarantee that I'm going to die immediately, or if I'm lucky, get at least 1 kill before they get me. Here I just... Every once in a while, like when they're painted with the targeting goggles, I just get completely confused about where they are on the map, and I forget there are walls in between them, or forget where walls are so they can't actually get me yet. And it's frustrating. So here's the Bat Swarm attacks coming on, and I completely fail to kill this guy. Because every once in a while I found that I have really good luck with hip firing the Desperado, and other times like that time it's just nowhere near him. So I end up going 20-16 in this game and leading my team to victory. At least that's what the scoreboard says. Unfortunately, I'm only 3rd best in the lobby. But hope you enjoyed this game and have a good day.